How we doing? What's up? Circle. Check, check a 1, 2. Okay, that's looking good. Hi, hi. How you doing? I'm Elliot. I'm playing around with recording some videos of me working. Now, I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be a tutorial per se. This is just going to be my workflow. I'm just going to knock out some work that I need to do. Anyways. Because that's what I like to watch. I just want to like look over somebody's shoulder who's pretty good at what they do, and just let them do what they want to do, and just sort of watch them. And you can break it down and ask questions and do it more tutorial style later. But just for my ease of recording, because I actually have work to do. These are actual customers' jobs that I'm working on. So if you know the people names that are listed here and there, be cool. Just don't say anything because it could be a surprise. And you don't want to ruin a surprise. Don't be that guy or girl. So I'm building a um, very simple ring, kind of like this. It's actually reminds me of like one of the first molds that I used to like give to my girlfriend, little like elementary school, junior high girlfriend. Uh, Yeah, it's cute. It's got some hearts. Whatever. Just like, not everybody wants to break the mold. Sometimes they just want something cute and it works. So anyways, that's what's happening. I'm going to just make sure that the audio is recording and working good because I'm fairly new to this. I got a new headset so that it actually records half decent. If you hear that weird noise in the background, sounds like two robots fighting. It's my SolidScape 3D printer running, working on some waxes that I did previously, and it's just always running, and it's beside me because it's a finicky little bugger. So, oi, don't like that. Don't like that. Here we go. Oops. Um, it's just gonna be the ambiance. You know what I mean? If you're watching a YouTuber and they're in nature, you're gonna hear some birds chirping. It's all good. It's all good. It's just part of the sound of making jewelry. So, anyways, I'm gonna check the sound here real quick. Okay, sorry, I did some work here. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Okay. So, yeah, I'm skipping along here. My apologies. Like I said, got to get stuff done. Um, so a lot of the things that you're gonna see me do, you're like, okay, where did that, why didn't he click over here? How did he use that function without clicking on that function? Um, that's because I have a programmable keypad in my left hand. It looks like this, and it's programmed like this. And it's also got two sets of keys. You can pause that real quick. You can see where I've got everything. This one has some script, uh, scripting. Okay, that's the script. Pause it. That allows me to go back and forth from memory 1 to memory 2. Um, and that is how I'm doing like 90% of what I'm doing here as far as, rotate, scale 1D, just everything. As many as I can. I'm actually looking at getting a new one that's bigger and has more programmable macros because I'm a glutton for punishment and I just always like to be learning, always like to be adding things to the program because these CAD programs, Rhino in particular, is it's a world. It's a world, man. It's deep. You can really dig into it. Um, and let's just take a second to appreciate the developers and the people that work on these programs, like, number one, holy crap, are they smart? Like, it boggles my mind to think that, okay, I get it that it's basically math. This is basically a graph, a three-dimensional graph, and everything has coordinates and everything like that. But to write code so that it corresponds to a UI and jives and everything booleans and you know functions and sweeps and yeah, how do you code that? Number one, how do you think it up? And number two, how do you go from thinking it up to like, yeah, here's the code. Obviously, I'm not a coder, being so mesmerized by this, but I don't know. I just appreciate. Oh, you don't like that? Okay. So I'm sure y'all know, fillet is the devil. It's very uncooperative. We're going to zero this out. We're going to add handles. We're going to throw them fairly close either side. We're not worrying about like perfect symmetry at this point. And then we can kind of cheat a little bit where, okay, is that beautiful? Is that perfect right at that tiny little spot? Maybe not, but come on. This ring is this big. You're not even going to see it. So don't sweat it. Don't waste your time on these tiny little details. If there's anything you can learn from me, it is learn when to worry about the details and OMG, when to not worry about the details. Zoom out every once in a while. Take your stone, hold it up to the screen. Try to do it actual size and be like, should I be worrying about this? No, especially not this. You'll maybe notice I'm not using profiles very much. I don't know. There's very, that's a whole thing. That's a whole conversation. Profiles are great for certain things. Let's say you want to go from one weird shape to another weird shape. Profiles are where it's at. Nothing better. But I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of times doing things manually. Um, oh no, I gotta bring in. So I have a bunch of these presets. This is in the props library. I've played around with doing a nicer job, doing something better than this. I use this all the time. Haven't done it. The OG, the OG crew at Gemvision, they just they hit it out of the park first try. It's just that sleeve is just the best looking sleeve I think out there. So we're gonna continue on with it. Okay, applying some colors. I'm pretty sure this is all white. Yes, it is. Bada bing. So I like to render my stuff so that it doesn't look, don't run, well, in my opinion, everybody, each to their own, of course. This is a small ring. It's only a, pardon me, I'm a little bit hoarse. That's only a 4 mil stone. So I don't wanna render it this big because it'll look huge. I don't want to render it tiny. I want them to see the details. Let's just make sure that the hardest thing to convey is scale. So let's, if it's a smaller ring, let's render it a little bit smaller in the screen so they get the vibe. And a pause and cough. Let's see how that works. I coughed like crazy. You totally missed it. Okay. Here's another weird thing. I had to decide my workflow 15 years ago when I started, and I was like, I'm going to figure something out and I'm going to stick with it. And what I decided on was to save. Uh, um, from then, I decided to save things at bitmaps because I thought they were better files. Hard drives are cheap, so I wasn't worried about the space. And then I would um, save another copy as a JPEG and email the JPEGs because they're smaller. So first thing I'm going to do, so usually first thing I do is I render from the top down, kind of angled a little bit, get the vibe of what it looks on the finger, put that sleeve in there, and then I duplicate it, rotate, try to get it close to touching the ground plane like that. Pardon me, sorry. Ooh. Did you catch that? Let's see how good that mic is. Um, and then I like to get it from this so I can kind of see the side of it, kind of see the bottom of it. Oh, ooh, ooh, that's a little too spicy background. We don't need that. Colors are no good. Colors are no good. It's just going to blow your stuff up. There's, I play around with pretty much for ground planes we're talking. White, gray, black, rarely black. White, gray, that's usually where it's at. Okay. All right, and that's it. That's really all I need on a simple ring like this. And then I'll calculate some weights. Normally I have this already set up on my other screen. See how we're doing here. Okay, 3.8 grams. Okay, I'm going to calculate the price on this later because it's proprietary info. Just kidding. I don't feel like doing it right now. I'll do it later. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. My first recording with commentary. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'll maybe just slap it up on YouTube, see if one person watches this. If you're the one person that's watching this, thank you. That's very kind of you. I hope you learned something. I doubt it, but that's okay. This one was pretty easy. But if you did watch it and you're like, one of the first, say, hey, say, yo, first. No, don't say first. Just say, hey, Elliot, I watched to the end. That's all you got to say. Anyways, I'm going to stop, listen back to this, cringe a little bit, maybe post it. We'll see. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Oh my God, kill me now. I just said that. Ugh.